Dorothy Dandridge was a trailblazing actress, singer, and dancer who broke barriers and challenged stereotypes in Hollywood during the mid-20th century. She was a talented and beautiful woman who captivated audiences with her sultry voice and mesmerizing performances, earning critical acclaim and becoming the first black woman to be nominated for an Academy Award for Best Actress. However, her rise to fame was also marked by deep-seated racism and discrimination, which took a toll on her mental health and personal life. Tragically, Dandridge's life was cut short at the age of 42, leaving behind a legacy that continues to inspire and shed light on the harsh realities faced by black artists in Hollywood. In this article, we will explore the untold story of what really happened to Dorothy Dandridge, delving into the highs and lows of her career and personal life, and examining the factors that contributed to her untimely demise. She was born in Cleveland, Ohio on November 9, 1922. Unfortunately, her mother, Ruby Dandridge, left her husband while she was pregnant, and as a result, Dorothy never knew her father. Dorothy's childhood was challenging. She suffered at the hands of her mother's girlfriend, Geneva Williams, who was known for her cruel and strict ways. Despite this, her mother pushed her into show business at a young age. Along with her sister Vivian, Dorothy became part of a song and dance team called the Wonder Children, and the girls performed throughout the South, including black churches and other venues. Around 1930, Dorothy and her family moved to Los Angeles, California. It was here that Dorothy found success with her new musical group, the Dandridge Sisters. This group included her sister Vivian and their friend Etta Jones. Together, they landed gigs at the famous Cotton Club in Harlem, where they performed alongside top acts like the Jimmy Lunsford Orchestra and Cab Calloway. As an African-American singer, Dandridge confronted early on the segregation and racism of the entertainment industry. Despite her talent and passion for performing, she was all too familiar with the segregation and racism of the entertainment industry. Even though she was allowed on stage, she was not always able to eat in restaurants or use certain facilities because of the color of her skin. As a teenager, Dorothy began to earn small roles in a number of films. She and her sister even appeared in the Marx Brothers classic A Day at the Races in 1937, as well as Going Places in 1938, where they performed alongside jazz legend Louis Armstrong. Dorothy also danced with Harold Nicholas of the famous Nicholas Brothers in the 1941 musical Sun Valley Serenade. However, the duo's tap dancing routine was cut from the version of the film shown in the South due to racism and segregation. In 1942, Dorothy married Harold Nicholas, but their union proved to be anything but happy. Nicholas was known to chase after other women, and Dorothy virtually retired from performing during this time. The strain on their relationship only grew when their daughter, Harolyn, was born in 1943 with brain damage. Seeking a cure, Dorothy spared no expense, paying for expensive private care for her daughter for many years. Dorothy Dandridge's career as a nightclub singer took off after her divorce in 1951. She performed solo and was a hit with audiences, leading to a successful engagement at La Vie en Rose and performances in London, Rio de Janeiro, San Francisco, and New York. Her career in film began to take off when she landed her first leading role in Bright Road in 1953. She played a dedicated schoolteacher alongside Harry Belafonte. Her performance in the lead role of Carmen Jones, a 1954 film adaptation of Bizet's opera Carmen, helped her reach the pinnacle of stardom. Belafonte co-starred in the film as well, making it a critical success. As a result of her sultry looks and flirtatious style, Dandridge made history as the first African-American to earn an Academy Award nomination for Best Actress. She was seen as a potential superstar, as famous as white actresses such as Marilyn Monroe and Ava Gardner. In 1955, she was even featured on the cover of Life magazine and was given the royal treatment when she visited Cannes Film Festival that same year. Dorothy Dandridge had become an international star after her success in Carmen Jones, but she soon realized that finding film roles that suited her talents was more difficult than she had anticipated. Despite her desire for strong leading roles, she found her opportunities limited because of her race. Hollywood filmmakers struggled to create a suitable role for the light-skinned actress, and as a result, they began to revert to subtly prejudiced visions of interracial romance. She appeared in several poorly received racially and sexually charged dramas, including Island in the Sun, also starring Harry Belafonte and Joan Fontaine, and Tamango, in which she played the mistress of the captain of an enslaved ship. During this period, Dandridge missed out on several opportunities. She turned down the supporting role of Tuptim in The King and I because she refused to play an enslaved person. It was rumored that she would play Billie Holiday in a film version of the jazz singer's autobiography, Lady Sings the Blues, but it never panned out. Despite the challenges, Dandridge did appear in one more role that was worthy of her talents. She starred opposite Sidney Poitier in the Academy Award-winning Porgy and Bess in 1959. However, this was the last major role she would play, as her career began to decline due to her personal struggles and the racial barriers that continued to limit her opportunities in Hollywood. In the midst of her film career success, Dandridge became romantically involved with Otto Preminger, the director of her breakthrough film, Carmen Jones. Their interracial relationship, as well as Dandridge's other relationships with white men, was met with disapproval from some members of the African-American Hollywood community. Following her divorce from Harold Nicholas, Dandridge married Jack Dennison in 1959. However, this marriage was not a happy one, with Dennison being abusive and squandering much of Dandridge's savings on a failed restaurant venture. The couple separated in 1962. As her film career faltered and her personal life crumbled, Dandridge turned to alcohol and antidepressants. Financial struggles led her back to the nightclub circuit, but her success was a mere shadow of what it had been. Dorothy Dandridge's career had declined significantly, and she was only performing at second-rate lounges and stage productions. As a result, her financial situation had worsened. In 1963, she was unable to afford her daughter's 24-hour medical care, and Harlan was placed in a state institution. This was a devastating blow for Dandridge, and she soon suffered a nervous breakdown. Sadly, on September 8, 1965, Dandridge was found dead in her Hollywood home at the young age of 42. Initially, her death was attributed to an embolism. However, additional findings suggested that she had died of an overdose of an antidepressant. It was a tragic end for a woman who had overcome so many obstacles to become one of the most famous African-American actresses of her time. Dorothy Dandridge's life was filled with both triumph and tragedy, and her legacy continues to inspire and captivate audiences today. Rest in peace, Dorothy Dandridge.